This is the background service application exercise in C#. I have the solution open already, and we want to implement our use case. So given the system runs in the background as a background application, every 5 seconds, the system is going to read text from a specific file and then append the reverse of that text to an output file in the same folder. So we'll read a file, reverse the text, and then write that to another file in the same folder. We'll use our tests to get started, and then we'll see if we can run this as a program. So let's open up our tests. We'll go and run everything. And we do get a failure, which is what I'd expect. Let's go ahead and navigate in. So our test itself, what we're doing is we're going to the test run directory, so where the test actually executes. We are creating an input file and an output file, or at least we're creating the paths to them. We are creating the input file with testing. We'll create our mirror job. We'll execute that job. We'll read from the output file and then make sure that it was testing in reverse to the output file. Now we're failing right now because we have a not-implemented exception here inside the constructor for mirror job. We also have one in execute. So let's go and implement this. So mirror job, not sure what we need to do yet, so I'm just going to delete that. We'll come back to that. The execute, we'll go ahead and delete this as well. And let's figure out how we can implement execute. So given every 5 seconds, we're not going to worry about that for now. Normally I would add that to a test, but that's not part of the test. What we need to do is read from a specific file, reverse it, and then output to the other. So we want this input file, which is not available in this other method. So we're going to need to hold on to this into a field. Now there's a couple of ways to do this in C#, but I'm going to do it kind of the old school way. This will work in all 4 programming languages as well. We'll create a field for our input file path, as well as the output file path. And then in our constructor, we'll simply hold on to those values. In execute, we're going to read from the input file path, reverse it, and then output. So let's do that. var, we'll say the file contents equals file dot, and so we'll go to the file class. If you're not sure how to do this in Internet Search will help. We'll just say read all text from the input file path. That's exactly right. Now we'll reverse this. Reversed contents equals, we'll do a new string with the file contents dot reverse to array. And then finally, we'll write all that out. And there is a write all text. Now we want to add to it. So instead of write all, I'm going to use append all text. And that's exactly right. So we'll append to the output file with the reverse contents. That's basically it. Let's go ahead and run our test, see if we've made progress. All right, we have a pass, so that's looking good. Now to run this as a program, we need to go to our worker class down here. So our worker class, this is basically the loop that's happening. Right now it's delaying every 1,000 milliseconds. We wanted it every 5,000 milliseconds. So 1,000 milliseconds in a second, let's change that to 5,000. And then here, what we're going to need to do is create our mirror job, give it the input and output file paths, and then read from one and then write to the other. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll say var mirror job, this new mirror job. And mirror job, now it wants the input file path and the output file path. And mirror job.execute, and that'll do it once. So let's create these values. And we can put this anywhere we want. I'm going to put it on my in my temp folder on my hard drive. So we'll do c temp input.txt. And then the output will be in the same folder. So there's all of that. Now we do need to create the input text file first. So let's switch over to Windows here, Windows Explorer. Let's create that. So we'll say new text document, input.txt. This is Chad's awesome test. So let's save that. Close it, and let's get back to Visual Studio. Now what we want to do is we want to be able to run this, and this is part of Objective 2. So we'll navigate to the output folder. So let's build this. So we'll build the solution. And to find the output folder, I'm going to right-click on the worker service project. It's bold, so that tells me it's the startup project. So I'm going to go down to Open Folder in File Explorer, so this navigates directly here. I'm going to go into the bin folder, that's for binaries, the debug folder, .NET 8, and then we are looking for workerservice.exe. So let's go and run this. And it's going to start giving us output every 5 seconds. There it went, it ran. So let's look at our temp, and you can see there's output. So when I open it up, there it is, and it's already done it twice. So let's close this again. It's now done it at least 3 or 4 times. Let's wait one more. It's done it 5, okay. There it is, and it just keeps appending. And so it'll just keep adding to it as long as this application runs. So that concludes the background service application in C#.